Now, the time that we have all been waiting for, we have the father or one of the fathers of real estate, in Nigeria. There's no way you'll be talking about real estate, finance, leadership, or investment in Nigeria, and you're not going to mention his name. He's in the top two, so it's him and others, right? Our very own Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is here with us this evening, and it's such an honor and such a privilege, to have him join us at the Mega Housing Summit. He has always been here from inception, and we do not take this for granted. Last year, he spoke about how to generate cash flow from your assets. If you know you have missed all the summits so far, just ensure that you're following Enrich TV by LIFEPAGE, and you'll be able to catch up on all the replays. So today, Doctor is going to be talking to us about wealth architecture. If you notice, you would see that the way the program has been curated is in a way that it will be beneficial to you. This is a Mega Housing Summit. It has to do with making wealth through real estate. Our first speaker, Mr. Opoluwa Oni, spoke to us about mistakes to avoid. Now that you know the mistakes to avoid, OC now built on it. He took it deeper to let you know that there are multiple ways that you can make money from real estate. Now that you're now making this multiple, or you have been exposed to the multiple ways, how are you creating an architecture for that wealth that you can generate? And you know that proper planning would ensure that you have a great success and execution. And that is what Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is going to be sharing with us. So I'll be reading his profile, and please, I want you all to be excited. I want to see your reaction. I know that you are expectant, and all of your expectations would be met. Dr. Olumide Oladapo Emmanuel, popularly known as the Common Sense Guru, is no doubt one of the world's leading relationship experts, motivational speaker, and wealth creation agent with over 3 decades of transforming lives. His influence spans across the religious and secular arena, and he's an apostle in the marketplace. With an executive master's degree in business administration from the University of Huddersfield in the UK, and a real estate executive certificate with a special focus on capital markets, project finance, and business strategy from the prestigious Harvard Business School in the United States of America, and a doctorate in entrepreneurial leadership. Olumide Emmanuel is the leading voice for personal, corporate, and national transformation. He is the best-selling author of over 100 books, a media personality, and the CEO of Common Sense Group with 9 subsidiaries and a global footprint. No one encounters him and stays the same. He is happily married with children. With your digital round of applause, it's a standing ovation. Please make welcome Dr. Olumide Oladapo Emmanuel as he shares with us the wealth architecture for the next 45 minutes. How many of you are excited? How many of you are happy to be here? How many of you are happy to see him? So much wisdom, decades of experience. You know generals by their scars, and he's one who is not just sharing theory, but a practitioner. And I'm so excited to see the energy. And I know that Doctor is here already. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Such a privilege and honor to have you in our midst.
Yeah. Thank you. What an amazing summit today. Wow. Okwe was just something else. That first session was very, very enriching. And then the book, everybody needs to get that book. I want to appreciate you guys for giving out the book for free so that people can have the first 3 chapters, which I've been privileged to already go through. And it's just amazing. So you're all welcome. Once again, I know we've been having an amazing time. And I just want to add my voice to what has been said already, and then bring in 1 or 2 additions to what we have done. And I believe very strongly that we will all live here better than the way we came. Like I say from time to time, the amount of time and money that you are willing to invest in yourself reveals the value that you place on yourself. So we've been here now, I think we've been on for, I've been here around 5 minutes or so we've been here for over 2 hours now. So it's like 2 hours that we've been here, and it's been an amazing time. So you giving that time to yourself means that you really value your life and you value your personal development. And I'm so confident that you are going to get reward for all that you have invested in the area of time. And I also hope that you're taking advantage of all the opportunities that have been shared with reference to rich land, with reference to fractional ownership and all the stuff. So take advantage of all those things and you will be better for it. So I'm going to be talking to us about Wealth Architecture 2030. Wealth Architecture 2030, building assets that outlive you. And it's very, very important for us to talk about this because we live in a world where people don't plan long term. They don't plan long term. A lot of people only plan for the immediate. And like Clement said earlier on, a lot of people are trying to solve today's problem today or solve problems as they come. But if you're going to be exceptional, you need to be able to solve problems ahead of time so that by the time the problem is showing up, you're already prepared for it. And that's what people mean when they say saving for the rainy day, preparing for eventualities. And part of the new rules of money is that if you prepare for bad times, you will always have good times. So when we talk about architecture, you realize that an architect does a design and the architect designs the way a building is supposed to look. And by the time the building is built, if everyone that is involved in ensuring that that project is completed plays their part, you realize that at the end of the day, the building will look exactly the way it was designed to look. We just completed a project this year that was started about 3 years ago. It's called the Sapphire Apartment. It's an apartment that when you look at the picture, a lot of people saw the picture, they saw the architectural design, they saw the 3D design, but now everything that was pictured, everything that was designed is now physically on ground. And now people are coming and like, wow, this is amazing, wow, wow, wow. But you see, what is wowing people now was something that was inside the heart of the architect, and the architect was able to present it as a prototype, as a model, as a design. But today it's a reality because everyone that is involved has played their part. So the question you need to ask yourself right now will be, where will you be in 5 years' time? 5 years from now, this is 2025. In 2030, where will you be? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And now you need to have a picture of your future. Now, because a dream is a picture of your future planted in your heart. Now, so what is that dream? What is that picture of the future that you have seen? Now, that picture of the future that you see needs to be planted in your heart and it needs to become something that you design. And then you live here making up your mind to become that which you have seen. So you find out that there are a lot of people that are in places right now in their life that they visualized and they dreamt of and they desired years ago. And today, that dream, that desire has become a reality. So it's very, very important for you to have a wealth plan, a wealth game plan, a wealth architecture, a wealth desire, a wealth design, and then to be able to articulate what the components of that will be, and then do your part in ensuring that it becomes a reality. So I want to deal with three major areas and use that as my own way of just helping us to see how these things will be put together. So number one is I want to talk to you about the importance of long-term plan, the importance of long-term plan. And that's the first thing. So when we are talking of 2030, we're talking of the future, we're talking about building assets that outlive you. We are talking about ensuring that whatever you are planning for, you plan long term. Now, it's been established globally that the longer the time you plan for, the longer the time you factor into your plan, the better you become. So when someone is planning for 1 year or for 2 years or for 3 years, you can't compare that person with someone that is planning for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Because you realize that a lot of people are dreaming of a better tomorrow. They are dreaming of a great future. But you need to understand that that tomorrow and that future that you are dreaming of is something that will not become a reality if you don't do something about it, because today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. 5 years ago, you said your future is bright. 10 years ago, you said your future is bright. Now it's 10 years later. How bright is the future? How fast? So you can go around singing, my future is bright, and we get there. That's the song. The question then will be, do you really have a future? Because there's really nothing called future. The future is a concept. The future is an ideology, because you don't have a future except you create the future. So the future you create is the future you inhabit. So importance of long-term plan. You need to plan long-term. Whatever you desire, whatever you have dreamt of, you need to sit down and plan for it and have a long-term plan. And you see, if you fail to plan, you have already planned to fail, because proper planning prevents poor performance. Proper planning prevents proper, and if you plan well, you will do well. So the first thing is the importance of long-term plan. Sit down and have a plan. Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? How rich do I want to be? What do I want to be able to do? What do I want to be able to achieve? Now, when Clement was talking about the fractional ownership, home ownership, he was using the analogy of you wanting to send your children abroad to school. Guess what? If you want to send your children abroad to school, you're going to be paying in dollars or pounds, or depending on the currency of the country you want them to go to. So where are you going to get the dollar from if you don't plan now? So many of you right now, you are just getting married. Some of you, you have a baby. Some of you, your children are still toddlers, and you are not thinking of their university education now. And if you are not thinking of the university education of your toddlers now, that's going to be trouble, because you'll find out that these people are going to end up becoming adults one day. But guess what? That toddler in your hand right now, or in your house right now, will become an adult, but you are going to grow older. So by the time that child is going to be entering into the university, just think about how old you are right now. And if you have a toddler now, or you have your wife is pregnant, or you just have a 10-year-old boy, just add the number of years to your age now. Many of you will probably be retired. Many of you will probably be in a time when you don't have any money coming in. And that's why you need to have long-term plan, because you need to be thinking of legacy. You need to be thinking of transgeneration. Because I see a lot of people say, you know, I came from a poor background. You don't understand. Listen to me. The fact that you came from a poor background does not mean that your back should be on the ground. The fact that you came from a poor family does not mean that a poor family should come out of you. The fact that you came from a broken home does not mean a broken home should come out of you. Where your ancestors has failed you, you cannot afford to fail your descendants. So when you are talking of background, I hope you know that once you become an adult, once you celebrate your 18th birthday, you have become a background. You can't be an 18-year-old young boy, 18-year-old young girl, and be blaming your background, because at the age of 18, you are an adult. You can vote, you can marry. So how can you be old enough to have sex, old enough to drive, old enough to marry, old enough to vote, and you are still talking background? To now crown it up, if you are married and you have given birth to a child, you have become the background. You are even an ancestor. You're already an ancestor, because by the time you give birth to a child, you have become a mother, you have become a father. So what background are you talking about? You are the background. So you cannot continue to live life in such a way that you don't have a plan. So you need to have a long-term plan. Because let me tell you something. One thing you need to learn in this world is that the poor people don't want you to leave them, and the rich people don't want you to join them. Poor people don't want you to leave them. And that's why all your poor friends and all your poor colleagues and all your poor network, they will discourage you to try to learn. What are you going to learn? What book are you buying? Which one is that one? They don't want you to leave them. They want to keep you in that place so that you can be doing parapo and be showing uniform of poverty. The poor people don't want you to leave them. Every time you want to buy a book, you want to pay for mentorship, you want to attend a course, they'll be telling you, what's that? What's that? And presently in the UK, one of the young men that just joined the Billionaires Conclave, he joined 2 weeks ago, and we had our first session yesterday. And he traveled down today to come and see me in the program. And he was telling me yesterday, he said, you know what, I've been watching you, and I have to put money together to pay for the mentorship, to join your mentorship. But when I told my friends, they were telling me, how can you pay? Is he not supposed to be a pastor? What is a pastor doing collecting money for mentorship? What is he should face charge? Say, but I've listened to you so much on YouTube and I know I needed to do it. This is why I paid. And we had the session yesterday and I told him, hey, those your friends, they are poor people like you. They don't want you to leave them. And he came today, he was like, in fact, if all just 2-hour session today in the hangout that we did here in the UK, he came for the second batch, traveled down 4 hours. He said the only 2 hours he spent today is enough for all the money he paid for the mentorship. He was so happy he came. People traveled from different parts. People came from Ireland. People came from Scotland. People came from 4, 5, 6 hours. People traveling. Poor people don't want you to leave them. So when you have people that are telling you, what are they going to tell you? What you're paying? What are you paying for? Are you sure? All these rich people, they will not tell you, no, rich people want you to be rich. No, poor people don't want you to leave them. So you have to break free by yourself. But rich people, many rich people don't even want you to join them. So you have to break out of poverty and break through into riches. So you have to break. So you can't be there saying background. You have to start thinking long term. So think long term. Many of you are young now, but you are not going to be young forever. Nobody grows young. Nobody grows young. Before you know it, you are 30. Before you know it, you are 40. Even if you were born in year 2000, you're already 25. Oh. A quarter of a century, a quarter of a century is already gone. Millennium baby. You were born in 2020, 2021. You were born in year 2000. 25 years is gone. So at 25, half a century is almost there. You have done a quarter of a century. And you are still waiting for background. You are still saying you are not planning. You need to plan. Many of you have money now. Instead of you to put the money into land, so that in 10 years' time, in 15 years' time, in 20 years' time, you will earn something big from it. You say, that place is a bush. If I buy it now, before that place will develop, hey, go reach like 20 years old, go reach like 10 years old. The question you need to ask yourself is, what have you achieved in the last 10 years? What have you achieved in the last 15 years? Many of you are listening to me right now. You will realize that in the last 10 years, the only thing that is growing in your life is your age. You just be hoping and hoping and hoping. But now we are telling you, in order for you to be able to build assets that will outlive you, design a wealth architecture, have a long-term plan. You don't finish a house and start doing architectural design. Architectural design must precede the building. So start with a long-term plan. Plan your life. No one will plan your life for you without your direct involvement. If it's going to be, it's up to you. An object will remain stagnant until a force is applied. What's gonna be is gonna be. What's gonna be is not gonna be. Oh. What's gonna be is not gonna be. It's not a principle. It's the lyrics of a song by Bongo Zikwe. So don't sit down there and say, what's gonna be is gonna be. What belongs to me will not pass me by. It will pass you by with private jet. But in law, you'll be shocked. So number one is what? Importance of long-term plan. So you need to have a long-term plan. When you sit down and you plan your life, it will help you to have a seat at the table. If you don't have a seat at the table, you are the menu. If you don't have a seat at the table, you are the menu that they are eating. So number one is the long. Number two is the role of assets in wealth building. The role of assets in wealth building. So when we are talking about building asset that outlives you, you need to understand what an asset is and the role of assets in building wealth. Listen and listen well. Riches are cash-based. Wealth is asset-based. Any fool can be rich. Any fool can be rich. A lot of people are so poor. All they have is money. You can be an armed robber and have money. You can be a kidnapper and have money. You can be a prostitute and have money. You can do Yahoo. You can do bunkering. You can do organ trafficking. You can and be rich, but that doesn't make you wealthy. So we have a lot of foolish rich people. So foolish that all they have is money, stealing, corruption, wealth gotten by vanity that brings heartache and pain. So you need to understand that it's not just about money. We're not telling you here how to be rich. That's not why we're here. We're talking about building wealth. We're talking about transgenerational wealth. We're talking about legacy. So it's very, very important for you to understand that. So the role of asset in wealth building, an asset is anything that appreciates in value. An asset is anything that appreciates in value. An asset is anything that produces cash flow. And presently, Writing a book is one of the reasons why I came to the UK, so that I can spend time to really sit down, write the book, and just I'm writing the book. The Pathway to Wealth was released 20 years ago. I wrote it in 2005. It was launched in 2006. Now, 20 years later, I'm rewriting the book, and I'm coming up with the expanded advanced level that will be launched in January. So 20 years later, guess what? As I was writing the book now and doing the review, I realized that when I wrote the book 20 years ago, and the currency, our Nigerian naira, then what 1 million naira was in 20 years ago, that 1 million naira was about $8,000. 1 million naira, 2005 was about $8,000. That's 1 million naira now is less than $800. Is less than $800 20 years later. So imagine if you kept that 1 million in the bank and you thought you had money, or you kept 10 million in the bank, or you kept 20 million in the bank and you think you have money. What will be said of you today? But guess what? That 1 million naira then, the land that 1 million could have bought then, the houses you could have bought then, they are now in multiple millions. At least I can tell you for free that as at then, I bought land 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. And today they are in multiple millions. There are lands I bought in 2001, 2000, 2003 for 50,000, 100,000. And today now they are multiple millions. There are lands that we bought for 250,000. Today now it's 50 million. So you need to understand assets. So wealth is about assets, not about cash. So instead of you doing cash banking, you do land banking. Instead of doing cash banking, do land banking. Don't do cash banking. Don't put your money in the bank and think, oh, our money. The money is going to be devalued, and the inflation will be eating up the value of your currency while it's sitting there in the bank. But that same money, if you tie it down into real estate, the real estate will continue to increase the value of your money. So the role of assets in wealth building, you need to begin to think assets. So an asset is anything that appreciates in value. Many people now they are in the iPhone 17 craze, spend 4 million naira to buy gadgets, and you don't have one plot of land to your name. And when they say human beings should stand up, you stood up as if you are normal. What makes you normal? When you are buying a gadget for 4 million and you don't have one plot to your name, no portfolio of shares, no stocks, no investment anywhere. What is wrong with this generation? Who did this to us? You want to spend money to look good without a good destiny. And then you now say it's village people. Which village people? Don't you know that the world itself is a global village? So the role of assets in wealth building, the second thing you need to know, it's what's appreciated. Number two, an asset is anything that produces cash flow. By the time you buy that iPhone, once you open it, it has reduced in value. By the time you buy that car, once you move it out of the car lot, it has reduced in value. But if you plug into rich land right now with this Gulf dimension, powerful, or you plug into the fractional home ownership now, you'll be amazed. I am sitting down in my house here in London right now. Now, this house was bought about 11 years ago. That was 24 July 2014. This is 2025. If you buy a property in the UK, every 10 years, all things being equal, the property doubles in price. That's an average of 10% per annum increment. So if you are buying a property for £100,000, 10 years later it's 200,000. 10 years later, and that's the way it goes. So all things being equal, and this has been on for over 200 years. Properties all over the world that people are buying, and then that same money you are using to buy asset, buy Bond Street, buy three-piece suit, you are buying sneakers, buying designer bag, and you are not designing your life. Fixing nails, fixing eyelashes, you are not fixing your life. You are carrying 3 assets like a 419, and you don't even have any shares in the telecom industry. Wearing three-piece suit and bow tie like a penguin. You are going to the gym, 6-pack, you don't have 6-figure. So it's very, very important. Assets. Anything that appreciates in value is an asset. Anything that produces cash flow is an asset. So you want to rethink your life. This is how you design the wealth architecture. So you sit down and you plan your life by planning ahead. Number two, you sit down and you ensure that anytime money is leaving your hand, the money is going into the acquisition of asset and not liability. Because there are only three things you can do with money. You can spend it, you can waste it, you can invest it. You can spend it, you can waste it, you can invest it. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So you need to understand this. Assets. So how many assets do you have in your life right now? Sit down. Don't let anybody, just you sit down by yourself. Now. The prodigal son came to his senses. Where is your common sense? That's why I say common sense is not common. Sit down and ask yourself, what are the assets in your life? Your bungalow is in your wardrobe. You are buying bag and shoe to match. Your destiny is not matching your bank account. Every week, you are going to club. You are doing dorime. Spending money you don't have to please people that you don't love. So sit down. What are the assets? You do an asset inventory of your life. Take a notebook today before you sleep now. Think well so that when you are going to church tomorrow, you go and cry, Lord, help me. Have mercy on me, oh Lord. So sit down now. What are the assets in your life? What are the liabilities in your life? And it will shock you. It will shock you. How many assets do you have? What are the things in your life? Right? You went to school, they tell you an asset is anything that is acquired with money. The lecturer that gave you that definition, where is the lecturer today? The dean of faculty of econs that cannot manage his own economics, going to university studying engineering, and your generator spoil. You are calling a illiterate to come and repair generator. All of you cannot engineer yourself. Going to school to study agric science, you can't do farming. You are going to bank to go and do telework. So it's time for you to sit down, check your life. What are the assets? Oh, prodigal son, what's the asset in your life? All the things you are acquiring now, does it have second value? So that's the second part. The third part, in closing, is the issue that what are the assets that you now need to consider that will outlive you? What are the assets that will outlive you? So you need to now sit down and begin to look at different asset classes that you can explore. Because look, in this life, you better get angry with poverty. Poverty can mess you up on many levels. Though. Get angry with poverty, because you cannot conquer what you are not willing to confront, and you cannot confront what you have not identified. Because when you become successful now, everybody wants to investigate what's the secret of his success, what's the secret of her success, what did she do to succeed. Everybody wants to investigate, but nobody investigates the source of your poverty. Nobody investigates the source of your poverty. That is your personal responsibility. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to get angry with poverty. What conquered your father? What conquered your mother? I say, never again, not in my life. I'm changing the narrative. Now. All of you cannot be facing the same thing. Grandfather worked in Nigerian Railway. Your father worked in Nigerian Airways. Now you are in IPOS. Grandfather tenant, father tenant. Now you are a tenant. He says it's a generational curse. It's not a generational curse. It's a generational choice. You need to make a choice to say we are changing the narrative. If you are not tired of poverty, poverty is tired of you. You cannot continue to be a brand ambassador for poverty. You dey poster, you dey billboard, you dey online everywhere. Now they take publicize poverty. You know they tire. Get angry, so that you will wake up tomorrow morning and go to church and take Olua and cry to God to change your story. So, assets to consider. Since you now know what is an asset is anything that appreciates in value. An asset is anything that produces cash flow. When you do your inventory now, that is the architecture. We are drawing the architecture of your life now. You now see that, my life doesn't have asset. You now make up your mind that from now, I'm going to now put resources together and take advantage of assets. All this, my friend is getting married, and my friend is in the, so we are going to do burial. You are just wasting money. Wasting money, doing things that are not relevant to your life. You want to please everybody. What will people say? How will people feel? What's your business with that one? Do you think you are breaking news? People that are busy thinking of their own life. You think it's your life they are thinking about? Eh? So what are we saying today now? What are the assets? So there are many assets that we call vehicles, but this is a real estate conference. So we are focusing on the Oga Patapata of them all, because real estate is the real assets. Real estate is what? Is the real asset. So you need to invest in real estate. Why? Stock market can crash. Businesses can go bankrupt. Real estate, when done right, you can never get it wrong. When you do real estate right, you can't be wrong. Because once you buy land, hey, even if there is tsunami, you will still sell the land. Don't you know that many places in Lagos was reclaimed land? So no matter how bad it is, real estate, when done right, can never fail. And now we are giving you opportunities today now. You have heard of rich land. You have heard of fractional home ownership. What you now need to do is to sit down and think of which one you are going to enter. I did the hangout today now. We had 2 sessions. People came from all over to be in my hangout today. And I was telling them, even if you cannot afford it, collaboration is the new competition. It is better to own 10% of a billion than to own 100% of 1,000. So as long as you are listening to me right now, except you are a teenager, if you are at least 20 years and above, you have no excuse not to be able to buy the land they're offering you now. All you need to do is to gather your friends together. All you need is 9 people to join you. You become 10. Your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, they didn't go to school, they built houses. They did a job. They did a susu. They did a susu. They did a job. They did contribution. They did thrift. They did not go to school, but they knew how to do collaboration and contribution. But now you went to school. But so all you need is to create a wealth creation network to say, okay, this rich land we are buying, or even the American one we are buying. If they are doing fractional home ownership and they say $10,000 per person, and you don't have 10,000, look for 9 people to join you. You come together, 1,000 becomes 10. You come as one group and do an MOU, legal document to come together. So you cannot listen to me today now and leave this place. If you are not planning to do anything after this meeting, then you have wasted 3 hours of your time. You cannot live here now and then November will come, December will come, you are saying you are doing dirty December. When you can clean your December now. Do you know what that is? Do you know how much billions people made in December last year? Do you know how many billions people are about to make now? So if you are listening to me right now, you don't have 9 people in your life, 9 people that can join you to become 10 so that you can do well together. Then you have lived the, in fact, let me not say what I'm not supposed to say. It means that your life, you have not lived, you have been existing. Once you are 25 years old, you don't have 10 friends, you are even married, say, I don't have anybody I can trust. Something is wrong with you. Don't have anybody you can trust. The airline that you enter is your father that was the driver, your uncle is the pilot. I don't trust anybody. So you got married, you have 2 bridesmaids, your husband have best man, that's already 4 people. You have people you are watching game together, you do primary school, secondary school, university, you live in a house, you go to a church, you don't have 9 people that can join, you can just relay. You don't have 9 people that you can put money together, but you can gossip together, you can wear uniform together. What's wrong with you? So listen and listen well. This year, you must say enough is enough, because nobody is planning your life for you. There is no politician anywhere, no government anywhere that has any plan for you. If you refuse to plan for your life, you will wake up one day and discover that you are 30, you are 40, you are 50. You will now get angry with everybody, and you now begin to vomit online with 200 naira recharge card, 200 naira time. You'll be going there to insult everybody, insult your father, insult your mother, insult people that are old enough to, because you are frustrated. You are now vomiting your venom online because you have refused to grow up. So we have spoken about rich land, we have spoken about fractional home ownership, and all you need to do is to think of what you can do amongst all the assets on now, but the assets we should just focus on. Just do real estate. Even if it's just land banking you want to do. A city today was a village yesterday. A village today will be a city tomorrow. You don't wait to buy land. You buy land and wait. Gather money. Don't tell me I can't afford it. Look for your friends. Look for your friends. Many of you have mobile phone now. You have over 250 people on that mobile phone. Even Palasa, dumb phone, the one that is not smart, has 250. Many of you, your phone now, you have 1,000 people on that phone. So you mean you are carrying a phone with 1,000 phone number, and you can't gather 10 of them to join you to put money together to invest? You should delete them or throw that phone away. You should throw it or delete everybody's number. That means you are surrounding yourself with a bunch of people going nowhere. So I've spoken enough. A word is enough for the wise. You either learn by revelation or you learn by experience. But today now, start action. 1,000 good intentions are not as powerful as one action. The journey of 1,000 miles does not begin with a step. It begins with a step that is taken. If you don't take that step, the journey has not started. So take the first step now. Register for that book, get the free book, share the link, join fractional home ownership, or buy rich land. If you don't have the money, gather other people around yourself and let's make money together. And I will see you at the top. God bless you.
Wow, I think Doctor deserves more than a round of applause. And I think I'll just let us, take it all in, breathe in, let it, because it was a lot of gems. It was just coming. Some people were just saying, please. Some people say I'm angry. Some people say, oh, the table has broken. Different type of comments. And while we're still taking it in, a video will be played on the offer that Doctor has mentioned, Richland Ikorodu. Our media team will be sharing that shortly.
Now, today we are here for the launch of the Richland City, which is a golf and lake resort that is set to change the face of real estate in this part. My name is Olumide Emmanuel. I'm the chairman of the LIFEPAGE group. We are happy that you are here to either buy from us or sell for us or build with us. If you have understanding of real estate, you will realize that you need to have the eye of the future. So when you look all around you right now, all you see is like we're in the midst of a bush, we're in the midst of a forest. That is what vision is all about. We are developing this into a golf and lake resort within the next 5 to 10 years. So if you are plugging in right now, you are plugging in at the ground floor, and you are going to benefit from all the increase and all the returns that will come over time.
This offer at Richland City Golf and Lake Resort in Mota, Ikorodu is an exclusive end-of-the-year opportunity for committed subscribers who want to position for wealth. Enjoy access to the 14 days chairman's offer on Richland City Imota with 500 square meter for 2 million naira instead of 3.5 million naira and 3,000 square meter for 10 million naira instead of 17.5 million naira. Lockdown ends 7th of November 2025. End the year with a decision that sets you up for more, because moments like this do not come twice.
What an opportunity. Now you've heard about the chairman's offer that has been made available. Instead of 3.5 million naira, pay 2 million naira. What a great discount. And this is available up until the 7th of November. And what a way to end the year. So while you're thinking of, oh, what Christmas gift can I give myself? What will I buy for my family? Let everybody, including the children, know that we are buying an asset. Explain to them what an asset is and how it will be beneficial to them years from now. It's very important that you need to carry all of your board of directors in your home, your children, sit everybody down and let them know this is the plan and this is what we intend to do. So please take advantage of this opportunity. A lot of opportunities have been shared with us today. The Obafemi Owode opportunity has been shared with us. And you're saying, no, I don't have money to start. An opportunity for you to earn without even having your own personal assets, leveraging the portfolio of LifePage through the Realtor mentorship program has also been made available to you. Why not take this opportunity? It's just 20,000 naira. You register, you learn from OC.
All right, I guess Stella, it's the network is having a problem. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please type 5. That was an amazing session that we just had there. I need to quickly step in just because of the network breakdown. Oh, great, fantastic. So the Richland, the chairman's offer is, this particular project was pre-launched a couple of weeks back, and some people had the opportunity. And when Mega Housing Summit was coming up, we decided that we were going to bring out the relaunch of the chairman's offer only for 14 days. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime. The documentation of that particular project is already in the pipeline. If you want to verify the title of that property, it already has the registered survey. You want to verify the CFO and all of those things that has already begun. You can also, that's the file number. You also want to take advantage of that. Now, the property, 500 square meters currently sells for 3.5 million naira, but within this period, within the next 14 days, you have the opportunity of buying it for just 2 million naira, 500 square meters. And all you need to do is lock down that offer within these 14 days with at least 100,000 naira. And then you spread your payments between now and the end of this year. That's all, and the property is yours. The other alternative is for you to buy 3,000 square meters, which is an acre, 6 plots, and then you lock down with the same 100,000, just so that you don't miss out on opportunities like this. We have very limited slots on this chairman's offer, and you don't want to be missing in action. So the 6 plots, you're literally buying 6 plots for the price of 5. Literally, that's what it means. And so all you need to do to take advantage of this, just like the doctor was sharing earlier, you want to see how, if you don't have the means to buy all by yourself, you can collaborate with others, and you'll be really, really glad that you did. I just believe that we've drawn value from this already. So yeah, that will be all from me. Are you guys ready now? Admin, I think we should take questions. The 6 plots, Olubukola Ikukoyi is saying, how much is the 6 plots? For Richland Imota Ikorodu is where we have the chairman's offer. We have Richland Obafemi Owode. The Richland Obafemi Owode, what we have on pre-launch right now is the Gulf District. The project is broken into 5 districts. We have the Green Meadows, we have the Lake Town, we have the Gulf District, and we have the residences, and we have the Metropolis. Those are not ones that we are launching anytime soon. They are specialized. There's a commercial section of the project, and then there is the residences where we'll be developing houses for sale. But the Gulf District is where you want to have premium lifestyle, and like we share, nothing increases the value of real estate. Among other things is infrastructure, but top of that drives and increases value of real estate is the quality of people, and that is what the Gulf District provides you within the Richland city of Obafemi Owode. So if you live abroad and you are looking for something safe and secure, it's all inclusive, including your documentation and developmental levy. So there's nothing you would have to pay afterward. But if you also want us to help you fence it around, then you'll be paying you'll be paying a little more That's the premium package. So if you are paying from abroad, you can do $10 per square meters or 15,000 naira per square meters. So you can only buy minimum of 1,000 square meters if you are buying in the Gulf district. The design of the plan for that district is entirely different from what we've done before. So even though it's all going to be covered with the groups, global CFO, that particular district is unique, is different. So if you want to be among the big boys and the big babes, then that would be the best place to be. If you don't want to have a headache of, oh, I need to do documentation, pay for documentation later, that is the offer you want to take advantage of. And all you need to do is to log down an offer with $500,000, and then you spread the payments over 5-month period. So I think, admin, are you guys back now? We would only be taking questions that are written, please, because we do not have time and we do not want to waste too much time. So please, let's take all the questions that we can take. Our time is already fast spent. We've already exceeded. I think we have barely less than 10 minutes or so, thereabout. So if you have any questions, please write it down. We would only be taking written questions to manage time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you all for staying so far. We've had such an amazing audience. You started with us, some joined halfway, but we still have a great number here, and it's so good to have you join us. We have several questions. For those of you who have your hands up, kindly type your question, as Osi has said, and we will treat them. So I want to take the first question from Abimbola, who says, I already have a property. I purchased it 4 years ago. At the time, I was less informed. I bought it because it was affordable, and I believe that it will generate income in the future. My intention was to create generational wealth. The property is intact. The family I bought it from has not given me any challenge. It's not under government acquisition. However, the area is developing, and I do not have enough funds to complete the necessary documentation and perfect the title. How can I secure this property for future references until I'm financially capable of completing the documentation? Is it possible to attract investors who might be interested in investing in the land or developing it with me? How can I get an investor? Doctor, please can you help us with this question, sir?
Okay, well, you might need to pull on your network, depending on the amount you need for the property documentation. We need to know the value of the property and how much you need to do the documentation. But the best thing is to pull on your network, either to get people to loan you the money, so that it will be a soft loan that is interest-free, that you can pay back over time. And if that is not possible, then you might need to bring in somebody on board to partner with you, so that they will now be a joint owner of a portion of the property with you. So that's the only way. It's either you save towards it, or you borrow money within your network, so that you'll be a soft loan, interest free, paid back over time, or you bring somebody else to join you in the project, and then that means you now jointly own the property with somebody else. Thank you.
Is closely related to one that has been recurring. A person is saying, I don't understand the concept of JV in real estate. The person wants to get clarity on what joint venture in real estate is.
Well, joint venture, as the name is, joint venture. That means you are venturing into a project with somebody else. And it works in different ways. Number one, it can be a situation where someone owns a land. For instance, there are many Nigerians in diaspora and many Nigerians in Nigeria that have lands, but they don't have money to build. So you can bring in the land as your equity contribution. And then somebody else brings money to build on the land. So you both agree what's the value of your land and what's the value of the property the person is putting on it. And then you use that to do the calculation to know what the return will be. Then there are people that have money, but the places where they want to build in, they cannot afford to buy land in those places. So you can then look for people that already have land in those places, and then you do joint venture with them. So for instance, if you are bringing a land worth 100 million, so 100 million is your land, and then you want to build units on that land, and the number of units you are building is, let's say, 10 units, and you are building that 10 units at, let's say, 300 million. So it means that you are bringing your land 100 million. The other person is bringing the money to build 10 units, 300 million. So it means that the entire project is completed with 400 million. So if the project is completed with 400 million and you brought 100 million, that means it's now 2575. So, but because you are the one that owns the land, you can now have a higher value for your land, because without the land, their 300 million cannot sit on anything. So, but then when we now do the completed building, so if let's say you build 10 units now, after building the 10 units, if you are to sell 1 unit for 100 million, that means the 10 units is bringing 1 billion. So if you get the 1 billion now, the person that has 100 million, you have your 100 million. The person that has 300 million, you have your 300 million. So that means it's remaining 600 million. The 600 million will now be shared based on the percentage of what you brought. It will now be either 75, 25, 30, 70, 60, 40, depending on whatever you guys have agreed. So that's the way it works. It's just people jointly venturing into something. The fractional home ownership is like a joint venture, because we are all putting money together to buy a property. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that. So one other question is, someone is saying, oh, real estate is fantastic. You'll be saying, oh, let's invest in real estate, let's invest in real estate. So where is the place of investment diversity?
Even in real estate, you can diversify. You know, there are different ways to play in real estate. For instance, we hosted the Global Real Estate Executive Boot Camp 2 years ago, 2023. We're doing another one next year. And the focus for that one is on the different areas people can play. Cinema is real estate. Cemetery is real estate. Event center is real estate. Hostel is real estate. Film village is real estate. Building a hotel is real estate. So even in the real estate, you can diversify. Short-let is real estate. So real estate is not what everything under the ground is real estate. The ground is real estate. What you put on top is real estate. So you can diversify even within the real estate sector. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Another person is expressing their concern to say that, what's your take on this news about the government of this state, Lagos, demolishing some buildings because it's making me worried about investing in that state? How do they go about?
Now, anytime you see demolition, please let's understand this very well. Anytime you see demolition, is because 99.99% of the time there's contravention. There's contravention. The only, you see, the government has a lot of changes to make, but whenever you see a demolition, there's contravention. So most of the time you realize that people that are always crying about demolition, they don't go to court, they go to social media, because they are trying to whip up sentiments. But if you really, really did everything right, then you go to court. So most of the time, people don't do their due diligence, like Okwe was saying in the first session. They don't do their due diligence, they don't dig deep, they don't drill deep. And then when the problem comes, they shout government, government. But the real issue, where I have issue with government, is government sees the people building. You know these people are doing something that is wrong. You will now wait until they are finished building. You will now say you want to come and demolish. That's where our problem with government, because you are destroyed. You have to balance between life and livelihood. So 2 wrongs does not make a right. If someone has done something wrong, as a responsive government, you should have come in before they finish the building, because there is no contravention without collusion. None. Every contravention has collusion. But at the end of the day, all the people in government that colluded with them, they will still be having their job. Nobody is prosecuted, nobody is sacked, but the people will have lost their houses. Because there is no way you will build a house in this Lagos, or even in any forest in Lagos, that government is not aware. There are people that have collected settlements. So why did you wait for them to build? So if you have discovered that you get into a place, the place is fully built, and they have contravened, then you call them and say, no, you people have done contravention, but because of your life and livelihood and want to respond, this is the way we are going to go about it. You are going to let go of this, then we are going to do this, you are going to pay this, you are going to do this. So because most of this is about drainage and water, then water is fluid. There are technology where you can move water without demolishing houses. There are a lot of things that can be done. So, but most of the time, so don't be afraid. Just buy from a reputable organization like LifePage, and then you are covered.
Thank you very much for that, Doctor. So I see a lot of questions regarding the offer, particularly the chairman's offer. And I think that at this point, I would like OC to please maybe take the offer again. And I need everybody to listen with rapt attention, because it's very worrisome that people don't concentrate or people are distracted and then you're asking the same questions over and over again. Please, I beg you, listen now. Listen to the offer, listen to the installments, listen to the number, listen to the square meter. Please don't come and ask again. All of that. Like, it's very interesting, for a lack of a better word. Please let everybody listen right now. Also, people asking for mentorship. We already mentioned that there's a realtor mentorship program that takes 6 weeks. It costs 20,000 naira. It's going to be with OC. If you are interested, the designated official line has been dropped over and over, and it will be dropped now again. Please reach out to them. And for those of you who account officials have reached out to during the course of this program, they would reach out to you again. Any concern that you have, any question, please only ask that designated number and it will be treated. For the person asking what a contravention is, please kindly use Google. The link for the book will be dropped again. Please click on it. When you click on it and download it, information regarding how to get the complete book will be communicated to you. And that's why we're saying don't download and share the PDF to people. Instead, share the link so that you can get the full information. And some people are interested in becoming a member of the Billionaires Conclave. Grateful thing is that OC is the president, so he would also speak to that.
I'm not the president, I'm the national president.
Sorry, national
Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is the
president.
global president. Thank you so much, Stella. I'm so sorry that I need to jump in here because of time. And so let me take the offers one after the other. So we have the Richland City of Bafemi Owode, the Gulf District. The Gulf District is within the Richland City in Obafemi Owode. And like I said earlier, that's each of this particular estate is being designed into 5 districts. The first district we pre-launched early in the year was the Green Meadows. Then we had the Lake Town. Then now we are having the Gulf District, and the Gulf District is prime. It's premium. All right, the minimum you can buy within this particular district is 1,000 square meters. And each square meter goes for $10 or 15,000 naira. So if you are buying 1,000 square meters, that means you'll be paying $10,000 or 15 million naira. You have the opportunity to lock down the offer and spread payments for the next 5 months. So you lock down with 500,000 and then you spread the remaining balance over the next 6 months. Now that offer comes with everything. It's all inclusive, including documentation and developmental levy. Please, this is a pre-launch offer also. Please take note of this. Afterward, it will no longer be at this price. The offer is valid till the end of December, but you want to lock down the offer and then so that you can start spreading your payments. It comes all inclusive. The premium package is $15 or 22,500, and it comes with fencing apart from just documentation and developmental levy. So when you pay for 1,000 square meters in this particular district within the Richland City, you don't have to worry about documentation. You don't have to worry about developmental levy. It is all inclusive. The second estate project, is Richland City, Imota, Ikorodu. like Richland City, Obafemi Owode, what we are doing there right now is the chairman's offer. It's a 14-day chairman's offer. The project already, the documentation has already commenced. We already have a registered perimeter survey for the entire estate. And then we also have, we've already started the process also for the C of O. So the project has C of O in view. It's the same thing we're going to repeat or replicate in Richland City or Bafemi Owode. But for this particular one, that is already ongoing, and it's important to note that. Now, at the moment, a 500 square meter land sells for 3.5 million. But within this 14 days chairman's offer, you have opportunity to locking it down with just 100,000. Instead of paying 3.5 million in total, you'll be paying 2 million naira. That is if you are buying 500 square meters. If you are buying 3,000 square meters, you'll be paying 10 million naira instead of 17.5 million naira. So all you need to do to lock down this particular offer is just lock it down with 100,000 naira within these 14 days, and then you spread the balance between now and end of the year. This is so important. Afterward, the prices returns back to its selling price, and you'll be grateful that you did. The third opportunity that was presented is the Realtor Mentoring Program. Now, there are those of us who are already investing in real estate. One of the things that my mentor, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, has shared with us over the years is the fact that you don't want to be a signpost showing people the way to the wealthy place. There are realtors who don't invest, but there are those of us who are also investors, who also telling people to come and do. We are not telling people to come and do what we are not doing. We are telling people to come and do what we are doing because we have seen the value it has not only added to us, but to several other people we have introduced. And that's what this is about. So if you want to enroll for this program and you want to learn the ropes, you want to see the process, there's a science to results. There's the art and science to every result you see. So most people love the art, but they don't know the science. So they can't replicate the order of results. So if you ever are looking to go into real estate developments at some point in the future, then this will be the best way to begin, because ultimately when you start yours, you still need to sell. That's how we started ourselves. We started by selling for others, and you can do likewise. So this program is available. This opportunity is available for just 72 hours to pay 20,000 naira for a 6-week program, and then instead of 99,999 naira, all you need to do is to pay 20,000 naira, and then you enroll for that program. These are the account details. You can screen grab it and then take advantage of them. And finally, we have the fractional home ownership, or not finally, fractional home ownership in America. So if you are looking to create wealth in other currencies apart from the Nigerian naira, then if you don't have the means to acquire the whole parcel of house or acquire a house on your own, we can do that for you. There's sole ownership. There's also the fractional home ownership for those who may not be able to afford it on their own. That will be a great opportunity you want, especially because you had Dr. Olumide Emmanuel saying earlier that when he first wrote his book in 20 years ago, $1 million was $8,000. Today, that cannot even get you $800 anymore. That's an aberration. So what will be the value of that in another 10, 20 years? That's why you need to begin to also have investments in Naira, have investments in other currencies. That's what we strongly recommend, no matter where you are right. And that's what fractional home ownership. So if you are interested in taking advantage of the fractional home ownership, or even sole home ownership in America, just send FHO to 09060005747. We will share with you a detail, because we're going to have a close-knit virtual session where we'll provide you clarity and show you exactly the process that we go through to make this happen. We already have some people on the call, on the journey with us, and it will be a great delight to have you join us in creating wealth together in other currencies. And finally is the book. This is the biggest thing that we have done. This is the first time I'll be co-authoring any book with anyone, and it's such a delight that Okpe and I, we've been in this business now for more than 13 years, and doing it full time. And we have been in the trenches both in Nigeria and in the US. We've done a couple of things. We've done a lot of things. We've had our fingers burnt. We've learned a lot of lessons. This is going to be a major blessing to anyone who you genuinely care about. So we appeal to you to share the link, not the PDF. When you download the PDF, it's for you. Share the link with people within your network so they can also take advantage, they can also benefit from that. And there are several other benefits that will come only if they download it. If you share the PDF, they won't get all the other things that will come along the line. And that's why we are encouraging people to share the link, not the PDF. If you've already downloaded it, you've already downloaded and you have gone on the landing page and you have downloaded the link and you have received the book, please drop a comment in the chat box or in the chat box on Zoom or on YouTube, just so that we can have a sense of those of you who have already taken action, right? But more importantly, within your circle of influence, within your church, within your whatever, just feel free to share that with as many people as possible. Something mega is tied to that book, and it's a bigger gift and a better one than what we are even giving that is a book. So that's why I'm saying share to as many people as possible. And by extension, also things you will not need to tell people, you would have shared it when they download the book as well. Excellent, excellent. So we would love to have your feedbacks. We'll be giving you further information. For those of you who have downloaded it, we'll give you more information about what you should do and all the things that comes with having downloaded the book. I want to thank you all for your time and for your listening and attention. We believe and hope that this has been of tremendous value to you. We want to sincerely thank and appreciate our board chairman, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, my own revered mentor, and many people's mentor rather, for his magnanimity and for never giving up on a lot of us, myself inclusive. Like I always say, he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. It's one of the major inspiration of my own life and has helped me to find meaning, find purpose. And today I'm also a champion of that same crusade. I always say to people that the purpose for which I live and ready to die, I found it because somebody I connected with triggered it. And he was the first person that triggered my sense and my understanding of my purpose. And this is what LifePage is built entirely upon. This is what my life entirely. This is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. I'm not retiring. This is what I'm doing the rest of my life. What I'm doing right now is what I'm going to continue to do the rest of my life. So, and anybody who has known me for upward of 20 years will testify that this is the most consistent thing about my life. And it's such a joy to have you all be a part of this and take action. Like Dr. Olumide Emmanuel said, the fact that you came from if poor family doesn't mean that a poor family should come from you. If your ancestors have failed you, you can't afford to fail your descendants. I'm signing out. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for really staying all through. Mega Housing Summit 2025 is a success because you came, you registered, you stayed, you told people about it, you engaged, you bought, you sold, you take advantage of every opportunity. We are super grateful. We do not take your time for granted. We are truly and deeply appreciative that you're here today. And we do hope that when we meet again, when we see again, the story is going to be different because you are already on the trajectory to having your wealth empire come 2030. Everything that you heard today, please do not just be a hearer who goes to sleep and forgets. No, you need to get angry with poverty. You need to break every terrible generational choices. You need to make new decisions, and you know that it is not great events that make people, it is the decision from that event that makes great person. So please take advantage of everything that you have learned, leverage networking, take advantage of mentorship, start out your career as a realtor, become an investor, and definitely the world is your oyster. And we look forward to celebrating with you. And the next time we're writing a book, your story is definitely going to be featured in that book. Change your community, change your life. You're interested in Billionaires Conclave, just reach out to that number. Every and any inquiry that you have, we're happy to engage, and the account officers will also be reaching out to you. Please share your concerns with them, and we look forward to really enriching your life. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. This has been shared in the chats. Please make sure you follow all of our speakers. Thank you so much, and it is bye for now from me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're joining us from. It's been an amazing time as your host. My name is Stella Owechwe. Bye for now.